Hey, what's up, man? So today I got something super special for y'all, man. Once again, we got BBG Baby Joe back in the building. What's up, Baby Joe?
Whoa, what's that with?
Not much, man. It's been a little while since our last interview, and it made a huge splash, man. It was all over social media. I know you've seen that reaction. It was a lot going on. But since then, what you been up to?
Working, man. Working. Staying out the way.
Smart man, because man, you had just, in our last interview, you had just had your situation legally, and you had figured out how you're going to work that, and you were trying to make sure that you stayed on the straight and narrow so that way you don't go back to court or anything like that. You're saying everything's just been all work, huh?
Yeah. See, with the legal, it's all about how I move. So if I move good, everything will be smooth.
Now, what have you been working on lately?
Oh, I just, man, my partner just shot this video, when that was, I think the weekend. I got a session coming up. Really just been recording, bro. Writing and recording, man.
Now, this is a big question. Are you signed to a new deal, or are you going to be going independent doing your own thing?
No, I ain't signing no label. I don't work with the label no more.
Now, are you leaving that door open? Because, we talked last time about your deal, your first deal, and how things kind of broke up without you even understanding or knowing the process or being involved in the process. But this time, you're running the label yourself. Is it possible that you're going to link up and do the big label thing again one day?
Probably, yeah. I like the distribution of publishing deals. Like, I don't want to sign no major deal like that. While losing that too valuable, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a different game when people start getting older and they start signing their deals, you know what I mean? And you're still a young man by far. So I'm not saying that you're older. You're like right in the age where a lot of people sign their first deal, but you've been through it already. You understand how it works. So in your past experience, what do you think about like setting up your own label? And what is the process going for you?
Right now, my main focus, I think I really want like drop, like I really just want to put music out, like consistent. Like that I was doing my main thing. I never was consistent with music. Never was consistent. Just was always like something I just had on the back burner.
Okay. Now, do you think that the fact that you were inconsistent, but you had a huge machine behind you, pushing you, helped you to get through those heights that you got to?
Yeah, for sure.
So this is what people are going to want you to elaborate on a little bit is, could you tell us what it's like when you're signed to a major and you've got that machine behind you and you're just dropping, even if you're being inconsistent, but you're getting hits, you're really making an impact in the game, getting a lot of looks. How does that work? And what's the whole mechanics behind that machine?
But the machine is basically for them to recuperate their money. Like you signing a deal is just really basically a loan. It's a loan. If you don't recuperate that money, you get no more advances and nothing like that. So it's basically like a loan. So you working and pay that off what you sign. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it go like, that's how it go.
Nah, that makes sense. But when it comes to like promotion, like when they promote you, how different is it than when you promote yourself?
When the label promotes you, you got all the different connections. Other than when you self-promote. You self-promoting, nigga might promote it on social media, on this Instagram, Twitter or something. The label, they gonna do, pressurize your interviews and set you up with this, that, and the third, and it's gonna be a rollout. As far as you doing it on your own, you probably ain't gonna put all that much effort into it. You just gonna post it in now and then. You mostly gonna post it on social media. Somebody who's self-promoting their own thing. A label is gonna, you down there hear it on the radio or something, like they gonna push it. You gonna have ads on YouTube. The machine is the main
Yeah. Okay. Nah, that's some good info. Nah, that's a good. Now, you being a youngster going through that process, were you able to pick up some tips and traits that'll help you in your solo or your journey as far as being like an independent artist?
Yeah, I feel like everybody should learn from their first contract. Everyone should learn from that one. That's just the one that you sign up, put your foot in the door. I mean, not feet, put your foot in the door. That's what the first contract for.
Nah, I get it. Nah, that's good. So when you said that even during the time that you were signed to a major, you were inconsistent about when you were dropping, right? You're very honest about that. But in that situation where you're inconsistent, you're saying that the machine has so much power, it could mask that. It could just push you to the masses to where you dang near on the radio off of nothing almost, right?
I mean, yeah, it can, but you gotta drop though. Like I wouldn't drop it. Like I shoot a video every now and then, but I wouldn't like for somebody who had signed the record deal. I could honestly say I was not living up to the potential. I was more focused on playing. I was 18, so I was still on the side of still going to shows. So I'm still on the side of it. I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver through this. It was big at the time.
Okay, that's a good answer, man. Nah. So now you got the reins, man. You at the head of your label, you at the head of things. You're gonna be running it. So what is the first off, what is it, what's the name of your label? And then second off, do you have any other artists that are gonna be coming behind you?
See, I might do Wabu. I don't think I'm gonna do BBG because it got too much controversial with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the name already carry its own negative, so I want to start fresh. I do Wabu, Young Bosses on Operation, something like that. I had already did something with Wabu anyway, so that's why I go with Wabu. Like that's what I'm gonna name.
Okay. Now what about other artists?
Yeah, I got some people that rap. Like people that rap, right? And like this stuff like that. Like I'm gonna push them and stuff. Like yeah, like I'm gonna try to actually like run a really label, like put everything, get everything situated how it's supposed to be situated. When all my people get on track like that, then we gonna roll out with it.
Okay, nah, I like it, man. You're at the place to be too, man, because right now it's really, really popping as far as the music scene and things are thriving. Now, since you're running things by yourself, you said it's mostly based on social media and stuff like that. Now, do you find yourself in the studio more or gravitating towards going live and trying to interact with fans on social media?
I don't really even go live no more like that. Like I pop out live at 90 when I want pop my stuff like that. But I did the live when live first came out. I was on live every day arguing with people going up on live. I don't really go live no more. And I really just been writing, bro. Like just writing, like like if I be sitting down somewhere else ain't doing nothing, I just pull my phone out of it and write. Like I just been writing, bro.
Okay, so you're in your creative bag right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the summit of my creative bag right now, bro.
Nah, that's a good place to be for artists. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with artists in the past for a long time, man. And man, with you in your creative bag, that's some of the best stuff come out, right?
Yeah. Just nothing but turn the thing, man.
Now, the last time that we talked about some of your songs being out there on a whole bunch of different TV shows and all sorts of things. Were you able to see any of that?
No, man. See, that's another thing about the business. I don't even know how you even go on about anything like that. Like it's different. It's different than you could go knock on the door like, man, what up with the money you owe me? Like, like it's stuff. And with my contract, it's probably something in there that I looked over, I ain't paying attention to, and it probably caused me that. So I just don't know how to go about it with the situation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a big thing about the industry is, for a long time, there used to be an age barrier in rap. And people used to think that the age barrier in rap, where they sign mostly people who are 17, 18 or whatever, was a thing about, they just want young, new, fresh talent. No, it's just easier to get somebody to sign something and not really understand the ramifications of what they're signing at that age. That's why when you seen Jay-Z coming through in his 30s or whatever, he was just, he came in and it was already go time as far as getting the money, as far as being a boss, as far as understanding the business. So it's not odd, man. It's not a bad look or anything, but it's a question I had because, I'm a fan of the music industry as far as hip hop is concerned, and I like its history. And I see where those things can get missed. So what I saw after we dropped that interview is people in the comments like, yeah, his song was on Outer Banks and it was on something else. So I was like, oh, crazy, man. So I was just wondering, had you looked into that at all?
No, I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't looking into it, bro. Cause see, with the contract, bro, she like, all we focus on is the dollar sign. You feel me? We ain't really, in the labels listening to your music before they sign you, so they know you don't have nothing. They know you coming from nothing. So they gonna throw out a number, and 9 times out of 10, dudes really coming from private, partners really going to jail, partners really dying, so they taking it. You feel me? But in the long run, seeing like, damn, I really probably should have waited. You feel me? But what I say though, your first day is just be mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. I'm glad I signed mine early though. Like I was able to go. Early.
Exactly. And I mean, you signed it early, so then you're still young and you can go do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, man, somebody's going to come knocking about your masters, right?
What, trying to get my masters?
Yeah. Like your masters, your masters. And
yeah, I ain't with that one ever. That's why I'm gonna sign. Cause in the long run, we see all artists are fighting to get their masters back. So it don't make sense. If you want the extra money right then and there, yeah, it'll work. But like in the long run, it's just like the drug game of going to school. You gonna ball for right now, or you gonna wait for the long, or wait it out for the long haul? You get what I'm saying? Like,
But I mean, also in 20 years from now or whatever, what about your masters? Like for the things that you've already done?
For the stuff that I signed with the label?
Yeah.
Oh, I got some of it, but like, they like, we'll have to go. Like, it's like, I got to split it with the label.
Okay. So do you do, and I hate to get into your books and tell me if I'm getting too far into your pockets, but do you receive royalties and things like that still?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice. Well, shoot, that's what's up. Now, also, man, I want to gravitate to this, man. Since we talking music industry, we can't not talk about one of the biggest names in hip hop that helped usher you into the game, which is NBA YoungBoy, and this tour that he's got going on. Now, have you seen this tour that NBA YoungBoy has coming up? And have you spoken to him or talked to anybody in regards to the tour?
No, I ain't spoken to nobody about the tour. But yeah, I seen them be lying if they say they didn't see them. You gotta be a lying mother.
And to be real, what did you think about? Now there's some not jokes going on social media, and not in a bad way. But a lot of people are like, a lot of the cities that he picked are some real cities. I'm talking about cities where it go down at. You know what I'm saying? You got all sorts of cities on there. You got Oakland, like he picked Oakland and Sacramento. And he had, for a second there, one of the guys who was headlining was EBK J-Bar, I want to say. Like, it's just some trenches, on that tour. What do you think was the motivation behind that?
Back outside, man. Just back outside. Back outside. Then you know what I mean? Dog, just be wrong. Go outside, go places, you know? Like, if they paying, you gonna show up. I ain't tripping about nothing like that.
Nah, I get it. But like the funny part about the tour, and I believe it's called Massa, right? So it's like, what do you think is the motivation behind that name? Is there something that we missing?
You remember when, I'm gonna put it like this, bro. Remember Trump came on with the Make America Great Again when he was going on his campaign to come back for president.
Yeah.
Did it be just coming? This is campaign right here. He keep coming back out.
They didn't even catch that. I guess you.
That's how I look at it. It's the same, basically the same thing. Like, you know.
Okay, nah, that makes sense. I didn't put that connection together, man. And what did you think about Trump giving NBA YoungBoy a presidential pardon?
You know, every now and then Trump gonna be a real nigga. Every now and then he gonna do some real shit. He gonna do some shit. You gotta give him that. I think what he did with Larry Hoover too. That was major. Got him out the fear, the lockdown. That was major. He do it like that though to get our attention, so we could feel like he really. But he still taking them other races from out of here with ISIS. Don't be fooled by he do it on the side.
Nah, that's a very good point. So you feel like it's a kind of sleight of hand technique or a mirage or whatever. He's saying, look at this, bro. We got NBA YoungBoy presidential pardon. We got Larry Hoover presidential pardon, which was big because Larry Hoover was in that Colorado Supermax prison that's pretty much underground where it's almost not even like you living like a human being. It's horrible. So now he gets to at least be in prison in Chicago or in Illinois, which is a state prison.
He could socialize, man. You know, he got to be on a confinement all day.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So I'm pretty sure that
Trump very strategic. He very strategic. He know how to get us black folks.
That is very true, man. You hit the nail on the head with that because that news, just based on the names, NBA YoungBoy and Larry Hoover, went all over.
We was happy as a mother. Oh man, it was turned up, boy. Then Trump always. Well, Trump doubled back and went to taking the Mexicans. He beefing with the other countries, boy. Boy.
That's true, man. That's true, man. It's a good mirage, man, for the time being. Because I guess he likes his black support that he does have, and he tries to, make sure that black people stay on his side for certain things. But then, like you said, immediately here come the ICE raids and all this craziness, man.
Yeah, he gonna do all type of this stuff. He playing with the Medicaid and the food's down. People you just gotta, that's what I be on, man. Like, I just be looking at the back. I just watch everything they go on in the back, not what they showing us in our face. I look past what they showing.
Nah, that's a good way to be because as far as like the things that are going on, I be like, I've been checking the news a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my routine is I watch sports news, like Sports Center or whatever in the morning, or I should say First Take. But lately, because of all the things that have been going on, I like check the real news. Like, okay, what's going on out here? Because it's like, number one, you hear like, okay, so just yesterday, and I hate to date it, but just yesterday you hear that there was an attack on some U.S. bases in Qatar. Now, for people who don't know, Qatar is like an R&R base. It's like those bases are for like relax and rest and relaxation. Like those are places that people go when they're in between going to the Middle East and back and forth and all that, right? So those people usually are chilling. They're like by the beach. Qatar is a very rich country, amazing malls. And to hear an attack was theirs. It's crazy. It's crazy.
They bombed it?
Yeah, well, there was an attempt of 6 missiles shot.
Oh, you talking about when they had hit each other in the air?
Yeah. Well, they intercepted the attacks.
Yeah, I seen that. Ain't know they was finna hit us.
Nah, not here. It's in the country of Qatar. So over in the Middle East, like, over there by Dubai in the United Arab Emirates area. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's where we over there too?
Yeah, we have bases there. We have bases all over there.
See, we get too comfortable. That's why they could do that. I ain't know it's they had bases out there. I'm steady saying we. Ain't it a dormer?
Yes. No, well, you American, so it is we. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it. I get it. But man, so I said that to say that, man, do you find yourself also checking in with like the updates and the news and things like that more?
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, man, since we talked about that, I wanted to move on to another topic regarding NBA YoungBoy. Now, you went viral once again, Baby Joe, because of a video that you did in your car where you talked about the topic that we had in our other video, where people were asking about this $70,000 that you had allegedly taken from NBA YoungBoy. And this time you said you wanted to lay it all out on the line. You put it out there. You said that you did not take the money, that it was a situation where you were given the money and he probably or might have forgot. Could you explain exactly what you meant in that video and break it on down, Baby Joe?
Oh, see with that, like, my people really got on my ass about talking about this. So, but I told you I was gonna give you some good answers. But I'm trying to see. Come on, I really got phone calls for that. Like, my people wasn't really feeling me doing that at all. Like, like. But I don't know, man. Like, the shit it just had got to me. Like, like just steady seeing it. You feel me? I won't answer it, but my people told me to start speaking on this, bro. So
yeah, because okay, now I can say this part for you. Now in the video, you said that that you hadn't stole anything from any of your partners, that you never would take anything from any of your partners, and that it could have been a situation where it was given to you and forgotten because cats might have been not in a right state or right state of mind at the time, and it might have been a situation like that, right?
Yeah, man, See, before my people call me, I would have explained. Nah, I really just don't. I don't care what narrative is wrong with. Like, the people could think what they want. My people, not people who I with and who know me, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do no. Like, if I knew the full story of everything, you feel what I'm saying, brother? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell my people ask me, I ran it with them, they're like, oh, really? That shit, brother. Like, I really don't think, like, just show it. Yo, not that shit.
Now, does any of this hurt your relationship with NBA YoungBoy?
I don't really, shit. I ain't, shit. It's, stealing is major. Like, that's major. That's major. So yeah, that's a hard jacket to wear. You feel me? Like, stealing rag and bars, that's 3 hard jackets to just put on. You feel me? I take before I steal.
Nah, I get it. With those 3, like you said, somebody putting that on your name don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want to retaliate immediately. So that's what prompted your response, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, then coming from the streets, you value your name. Your name and your face card take you a long way in this world. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take you far, And I got let boys if I'm having kids, and they got to come up under that's Baby Joe chain and on my name, blemish that all for them. Just for those little dudes that come up, they know, yeah, my dad was an A1 man, so that at first I gave a netto. I don't give a
Nah, I get it, man. You just like, man, whoever's opinion is what it's gonna be, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then my partner, my people had let me know, like you really responded to fan pages, like you tripping. Like, and I sit back and thought, like, like my people, like, I still get called people and holler at people, running with people, I choose not to call a lot of people because of the situation, and I feel like, if it was the other way around, I wouldn't have played that like that. Come on, man, this means. But hey, it is what it is, man. All love and prosperity to everybody, man.
That's a mature way of saying that, man. That let things be as they are. You know what I mean?
That's it. That's it right there. Basically, that's what we just gonna let it be, bro.
Now, you said some people had reached out to you and told you, man, had got on you. Are they people in both y'all camps that basically reached out to you and let it be known they didn't appreciate that video?
Hold on. I ain't say they didn't appreciate the video. It wasn't that, like, it was just like, no, it was just like, it was like my like, my people, like, I ain't just meaning by like my side. Like when I say my people, I mean like if I would you that my people, like I was getting calls, like, cause, but I did get a call from one of my childhood friends, that been cheating, and he let me know, like, just that, it's just too much talking. Like, I'm trying to explain myself for nothing. You feel me? And I was, that shit follow depths is other than to blogs, and no offense to you, I ain't saying you and that, but I'm saying, like,
Nah, no offense taken. I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, that's who I'm responding to, basically, like people who could repost it and like that, like, like my people ain't saying I stole, like, it's not walking up to me like you stole, like, no, I ain't getting it like that, probably on the Instagram like that, but as far as person, I don't get those problems. I still get, man, let's take a picture and we'll do our, yeah, I need to fix, stuff like that. Excuse me, but like, but my people, they just, like, the shit did hurt me, brother. The shit did hurt my feelings, you feel what I'm saying? Like, like, we play cool, you feel what I'm saying? But, man.
Nah, I get it, man. Sometimes, man, you had a human moment. You had a moment where you couldn't play it off cool and you just said, forget it, man, I'm gonna let it.
Man, that's what it was, bro. That's what it was, bro.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's all good, man. That's all good. You know what I mean? We gonna leave that one alone. We gonna let that be what it be then.
Yeah.